And the raven, never flitting, still is sitting, on the pallid bust of Pallas just above my chamber door, and his eyes have all the seeming of a demon's that is dreaming. And the lamplight o'er him streaming throws his shadow on the floor, and my soul from out that shadow that lies floating on the floor shall be lifted. Nevermore. Hello, welcome to my channel.
Hey, Uncle Kenny! Football! Hey, yeah!
Hi, if you're new here, my name is Cedric. I am an actor, a filmmaker, a screenwriter. I don't know who that guy was. The weird British guy just broke in here, looked just like me. I don't know. Cool poem he read, though. I like that poem. Before any of you were like, Edgar Allan Poe wasn't British. Yeah, but everything sounds cooler in a British accent, so... We are continuing our dive into the BANGTAN universe. I have no idea what today's song is. I should have looked that up, but obviously by the time I've edited this, I've figured that out. So good job, future me. Before we jump in, I just wanted to say thank you again to Anitra at Say What Reacts. Please go check out her channel and support her. She's walking me through this universe, and that's really, really great, and I really appreciate it. Thank all of you for watching, and of course, thank you so much to my patrons on Patreon. You all are amazing, and I appreciate you so much. Hey, everybody, pull your shoulders back. Let's fix our posture. Let's be happy, healthy. Let's be great. My podcast guest this week is Emma O'Hara. She is an actress from Glasgow, Scotland. We talk about her doing her first play, the feature film she's working on, getting into acting, and what kind of drives her and gets her to do that. So please check that out wherever you get your podcast. It's called the All the World Podcast. Appreciate your support. Hope you enjoy that. Oh, you noticed that the screen playing behind me, huh? That's crazy. That I didn't know that was on. That's my movie. That's Kadia the World Within. That's the movie I wrote and directed that's available for anyone in the US on Amazon Prime and Vudu if you want to stream that at some point. For real, I haven't talked about it too much, and someone was like, hey, you should plug that. And so, yes, it is a feature film that I wrote and directed in summer of 2018 that is out in the US. If you don't live in the US, we are working on getting it out to other territories. You know, the industry moves at its own pace, and we can only do what we can do. So we are working on it, but it is hopefully going to be on the way. It's a family fantasy, low-budget indie film. It stars Corbin Burnson from LA Law and Psych and Major League, and James Phelps from the Harry Potter films, Nikki Buggs, who was in Secret Life of Bees, John Wells, who's a pretty well-known indie actor in the indie circuit. So there's a whole bunch of great people in it, and it was really, really fun. It was a huge learning experience, and I can't wait to get on set for my next, hopefully my next 2 features that we're working on right now, to hopefully get up and going. So I just wanted to throw that out there. If you're looking for a nice family movie to watch at any point, and you live in the US, check that out. And I hope you enjoy it. It was a great learning experience, and I enjoyed it. Okay, that's enough of me. Let's listen to this song, and then we're going to watch the short film, and it's going to be so fun, and I'm going to be so confused. That's how these things work. Okay, let's do it. Hey, nothing really to add here. I just told my cousin Nolan I'd say hi to him during this video, so... Hey, Nolan. Okay, here we go. Y'all, it's my boy Jimin. I didn't know. This is exciting. Surrounded by what looks like apples. A pretty good fruit. Okay. Jimin can't even keep his jacket on in that photo. Like, come on, man. Oh, cool. Nice. Oh, I love that. I love this. I love everything about this. I love this. This feels like it's from like a musical or something, you know? Like that was so cool. The orchestration is incredible. I've never heard anything like this from them. Jimin is obviously a phenomenal singer. Like, what do I even really have to comment? That, like, the siren up to the scream right before the chorus, kind of in the pre-chorus. It's not really a scream, but the na. I know that wasn't even close to it, but you know what I'm talking about. That's a really cool effect. That's a really cool vocal effect. It has an urgency. It has an element of panic to it. This is great. Referencing, I think it was Save, I forget what the exact lyric was, but it was like Save the Part of Me That's Innocent or something like that. So again, if we're talking about duality and the shadow self and the real self, that is a really interesting concept to be putting straight in here. Now I wonder with the apples then, because they've done all sorts of Alice in Wonderland imagery before. Are the apples supposed to be like a poisoned apple that you take a bite out of? Something like that? I don't know. This song is incredible. The vocals are fantastic. I love everything about this. I love everything about this. This is so good. It's so good. Okay, here we go. Nice run. Nice effect. That right there, that's such a cool background vocal. Nice. Nice. I love that transition there too. It's like a whole different song. Give me back my laughter. I really think now that this is about, there's like two selves. So I think, who's Jimin partnered with? Is it J-Hope? That there's a duality there. They're both one person. And I think Suga and Jungkook are one person, and RM and V. That's definitely my working theory right now, just based on the lyrics of this song. But this is exceptional. This is such a well-produced song. It sounds a lot like something. I don't know if you're familiar with the vocalist Haley Reinhart. She's one of my favorite singers. She was on American Idol way back when it was on Fox. And she's done a couple things with Scott Bradley and the Postmodern Jukebox. She's incredible. I would love to hear Jimin and Haley Reinhart do a song. I know I said in the last video that I'd love to hear Jungkook do some like old jazz standards. Really, I'd just love to hear like anybody do a duet with Haley Reinhart. But I would love to hear her take on this song because it sounds like something she would sing. But Jimin is absolutely killing it with this. There's a really nice innocence to the way he's singing it. Caught in a lie, right? There's this. He's not even really cracking it that much, but there is a sort of pleading with the song itself of get me out of here, please, please. There's this passion with it, a need that's driving the way that he's singing it. And it really bleeds through, especially with the instrumentation. I'm loving the da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I think it's in the pre-chorus. Maybe it's during the chorus. But there's a lot of really cool rhythmic things that are happening here to keep you invested in the song. And it's changing energies the whole time. Nice. Now going softer. And they're back to full voice. Safe than me who's being punished. Okay. Yeah. That is a great song. That is a spectacular song. I loved everything about that song. That was fantastic. Oh, that was good. Nothing against Jungkook's song was great too. I just really like that song. Was the song itself, like the orchestration, everything about that was so cool. I have never heard anything like that from them. That was great. I don't even know what genre that would really classify as. Like, yeah, that was cool. And no, it's not just because Jimin is my favorite. Might be a little bit because Jimin is my favorite. Yeah, I'm excited to see how the short film plays into that song, because I feel like that could go a lot of different directions. And like Begin, I was like, oh, what a nice song. And then the music video was like terrifying, or the short film was terrifying. So I guess we'll see how this one goes, because the song itself was pretty intense. So the music video is going to be horrifying or totally chill, but probably horrifying. Let's find out.
What did it cost?
Everything. What did you do? What did you do?
Hi. I want you to picture something. You're me, all right? And you've just watched the BTS Wings short film. And you go to end the video, and you realize that you never hit record. You thought you hit record, and you didn't hit record. And now you're realizing you didn't. You've already watched it. I bet you feel pretty stupid right now, don't you? Yes, I do. Yep. I hope I figure out how to fix this in post. I'm so sorry. So, after you guys are going to be able to see the short film as it's happening, and you're not going to have video when I'm talking, and I'm so sorry. I have no idea what happened. Some of you are lucky because you don't have to look at me. That's actually kind of a win. You get all the joy of BTS without any of the crap of having to look at my face. But I'm so sorry. This has never happened before. Before it stopped recording, but This happens sometimes. Whoops. Thanks for watching anyway. I hope you enjoy. Big hit. Entertainment.
My parents' house made up one rhythm.
This realm was familiar to me in almost every way. Mother and father, love and strictness, model behavior, and school.
I remember that from the book. Cool shot. Okay, that tricked me. Okay, so I assume that that's one of those ink blot tests. They're trying. I think that was the same circle as Jungkook's. I'm not sure. I'll leave a caption right here. Was I right or wrong, future me? Thanks. Okay, so we see the video camera, which we've associated with Jin in the past. So is Jin somehow studying Jimin here? Is this, I've talked before, are they all projections of Jin somehow? So is this sort of an introspective type thing? Is he searching his own mind? Because that would explain Jungkook as well, and the different sides and different personalities. Maybe. Again, with the shadows, it's all very crisp and clean and white and, you know, sharp edges, even on the overhead shot with that lighting. Everything was crisp and clean. There were no stains. Polar opposite of Jungkook's, where it was very dark. Now everything's bright. And what's drawing the eye is things that aren't white and clean and perfect in that visual sense, right? Now, I mentioned last time that I thought Jungkook was in a hospital bed when we had the whole thing happening on stage. Again, I think we're here. We saw Jimin fall back. Is he falling back into a different reality or falling back into his head? Because now we're in what looks like a hospital room again. So it seems like there's some consistent themes happening there. I think I'm on the right track with the hospital thing. Pills, which we associate with J-Hope. Empty bed, so is J-Hope supposed to be in that? Nice. Okay, I'm so sorry to have to pause it again, but I forgot to mention that it went negative before. So when we were seeing him in that opening sequence, everything was negative as we saw him. We saw a street sign. We know J-Hope collapsed on a bridge. We saw pills. We know J-Hope's been taking pills. I think J-Hope is narcoleptic or something. So we've seen the feathers and the pillows associated with J-Hope as well. So they're drawing a lot of parallels here. We've also seen Jimin associated with water a lot, being underwater, sitting in the bathtub. Then he's dancing in a room that's kind of flooded blue. This room that we're in here is a little bit more turquoise, that hospital bluish green. The other room that he's in is very blue, which reminds me of water. So I'm thinking that that's where that is going. That's where that's leading. Again, a guess, but feels like the movie. Even the curtains here are reminiscent of water, right? They kind of conjure up that image of water. The thing over top, the lights kind of look like a stripe on a pool. We've also seen them in an abandoned pool in I Need You. Or was that Prologue? So we've seen them in an abandoned pool before too. So I'm wondering if there's some connections there that they're drawing. Note that with Jin, we saw a light coming down from above when he was in the room. With Jungkook, we saw the light coming from behind him. Now we're seeing, instead of a light, we're seeing pure blackness behind Jimin. So that's really interesting. Nice. Very cool. Okay. Cool effect. Bathtub, right? Oh, that was cool. Okay. So I definitely think the water theme is happening here. That fall back into the pool and then the matching cut, that was one of the coolest filmmaking techniques I've seen. That was dope. That was so cool. So I assume now that him falling back into the water, that this is a very mental place for him. Again, it gets back to the question of who's real, who's not. Is anyone real, or is everyone real? If I had to guess out of all those, I would say that Jin is the only one that's real, just based on what I've seen so far, especially since we've seen the camera in this mental world already. Because Jimin fell back into the water, and in the water, when he's at the pool, or when he's at the bathtub, I think that's sort of in the same world as the pool, as the beach. So they are all real to Jin there, but when he falls backward, when Jimin falls backward into the water, he ends up in this hospital, which I think is probably functioning in the same world as Jungkook being on stage, as Jin laying in that bed with the light coming down, and we're seeing them separate in those worlds. So I am guessing that Jin is the only one that's real, which means that this hospital world they're in, the one that's less real, that where they're all going into their minds, is the actual real one. Because if he's seeing them all in the real world, at the pool, at the beach, everything like that, then that world's not real. I don't know if that made any sense. The donut hole has a smaller hole. It's called a callback. We're going to watch that dive backward again because that was cool. That's sick. That is so good. Curtains rising. It's turning into a void then. Scared me. Tasting a poisoned apple. Temptation. Nice. That was good acting there at the end. Turn the camera toward it. Nice. Okay. I have no idea. There was a lot going on there. And I feel like I already kind of explained most of my thoughts as I was kind of watching it. So I don't feel like I have a ton to add here other than that was some really cool acting from Jimin. A lot of subtlety with it. That little smile, anything bigger than that would have been too much. He found the exact edge of too much and went right to it. I wonder if when we saw that kind of square coming down above the pool, it's the same kind of shape as what was above Jin's bed. So I wonder if there's a line being drawn there. And we've seen tile in the Run Japanese version where there was like all the graffiti on the walls and everything. And we saw the water bouncing up and it was in Jungkook and Suga kind of bouncing back and forth in their worlds. So we're really seeing water being a consistent theme with Jimin. And there were a lot of references to J-Hope here, as well as the piano burning reference to Jungkook's video, and I know that the piano is associated with Suga. So, that's drawing them all together, but we're only seeing that when we're in the mental world, when we're in the real world inside Jin's head. Again, going off, you guys could all be there like, your idea is totally wrong, so maybe stop going that way. But I won't. So I think that mental world is the real one inside Jin's head, and that's where Jimin saw the vision of the burning piano, where he saw the rain, everything like that. Him standing in the rain was a little bit reminiscent of Jungkook standing in front of the car, just the pose and the way it was lit. So I wonder if that's coming back, because we heard a crash in the last video in that short film. So I'm guessing that those are parallels. That's all I've got for this one. I can't wait to get to the next one and see where I'm wrong and where I may be right and where this is going, because these are so fascinating. Like, I have not gotten to try to figure things out and piece them together in an extended way like this since, the new Star Wars movies were coming out and we were all going, who's Kylo Ren? Who's Rey? What's going to happen with Luke? And I know I reference Star Wars in every video, but I haven't gotten to experience this since reading the Harry Potter books for the first time and trying to figure out who's who and who's on what side and how's this going to work out. Who's the chosen one? Who's the prophesied one? Like, I have not gotten to explore a narrative structure like this in so long that it's different than Avengers or any kind of those big ones where it's like, I don't have as many questions as I do with this. This is making me ask so many questions, and that's, to me, really, really fun to explore. Thank you so much for watching or listening to to the last few minutes. Again, I'm so sorry. I really don't know what happened. This is very disappointing, and I'm smiling through the pain. I know a bunch of you are going to say things like, it's okay, mistakes happen. And yeah, I know, but it's still frustrating. So, that's alright. We'll fix it next time. Thank you for watching. Have a great and blessed week. I will be back next week with another video that's actually a video with actual video. Until then, borahe.